6.5, the ethics of drug-induced happiness. All right, so as you read or view the passage being read, you'll notice a few snippets of highlighted text dispersed throughout the paragraphs. And what I want you to do is specifically garner meaning from these selections of text in order to answer the Foundations of Comprehension question that follows the reading of the passage. This question will require you to demonstrate that you recognize an accurate paraphrase or summary of the central theme being discussed throughout the passage. Okay? And when you're ready to answer the question after a complete viewing of the read of the passage, you might want to open up a second window so that you can scroll through and revisit the passage in order to find the support to credit the right answer or discredit wrong answer choices. All right? Okay. Paragraph 1. Kant says that one's duty to oneself consists in a prohibition against making oneself a plaything of mere inclinations. This is a truly persuasive argument regarding human dignity because the essence of human dignity must be considered to be never to deal with a person as a thing. It seems that the domination of a person by drug-induced happiness should be regarded as a clear violation of human dignity because it is equal to debase a person to a plaything of inclinations. Hence, human dignity is taken away in exchange for a sense of happiness induced by a drug. Let us go on further in the case of drug-induced happiness. Those people are deprived of the freedom to feel unhappiness and are degraded to a plaything of mere inclinations. Hence, they are considered to be devoid of human dignity. This means that a life with dignity necessarily requires that one's freedom to feel unhappiness be totally guaranteed in one's actual life. A life with dignity means a life that is not dominated by the sense of happiness. Paragraph 2. A life with dignity has two characteristics. First, as has already been discussed above, a life with dignity is free from domination by a sense of happiness, regardless of whether or not it is acquired by means of drugs. Moreover, a life with dignity should also be free from domination by our own strong desire to experience that kind of happiness. The former domination comes from the outside, the latter originates from inside. Oneself. Second, a life with dignity is free from domination by the sense of unhappiness. This idea is more familiar to us than the first. A life with dignity should be free from the domination of negative thoughts about one's existence or one's own value. People sometimes fall victim to this kind of self-negation when experiencing such hardships as severe and repeated abuse, the death of loved ones, or devastating disasters. In these cases, human dignity means the belief that whatever their suffering and hardships, all human beings have a possibility to escape from domination by the sense of unhappiness and to regain the sense of self-affirmation at some point in their future life. Hence, it might be allowed to use psychoactive drugs like SSRIs. Now, this is not a part of the original text, but a lot of people taking the MCAT aren't familiar with this classification of drugs. They are selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors or serotonin-specific reuptake inhibitors, okay? And they're a class of drugs that are typically used as antidepressants in the treatment of major depressive disorder and anxiety disorders. Okay, To medically support this recovery process for a limited period of time, paying special attention to the danger of domination by the sense of happiness. Paragraph 3. Consider if the heart of a person who was in the depths of despair is filled with a sense of happiness caused by a perfect happiness drug. As a result, drug-induced happiness dominates the person, and he or she is deprived of a life with dignity. A person who was dominated by despair and the sense of unhappiness becomes able to escape from that mental state and to begin an effort to regain the sense of self-affirmation. If such a medication can. Paragraph 3. Provide the person with an opportunity to explore his or her life with a sense of affirmation. It should be considered good news. This is not deprivation of human dignity because it enables that person to escape from the domination of the sense of unhappiness. Hence, I do not claim that the use of existing psychoactive drugs, such as SSRIs, immediately deprives us of human dignity or that its use ought to be prohibited. What I raise is an alarm over is the use of a hypothetical perfect happiness drug that could fill our heart with complete happiness. And what I have done so far has been a philosophical investigation of the relationship between human dignity and the manipulation of the sense of happiness using a perfect happiness drug as an example. One of the author's central arguments is that a life of dignity is a life free from A. Domination by a sense of happiness, B. Domination by a sense of unhappiness, C. Domination by either a sense of either a sense of happiness or unhappiness, or D. A life free from drug use. I'll give you a moment to think and definitely press pause if you need to. All right, hopefully you've arrived at the correct answer. Okay, so this question stem format is Foundations of Comprehension. And what it wants you to do is recognize an accurate paraphrase or summary of the central theme in the passage, okay? So, to this end, in paragraph 2, the author writes that a life with dignity is not only, quote, free from domination by a sense of happiness, which is specified in answer choice 8, but also writes that it is also free from, quote, domination by the sense of unhappiness. So both of these are required, which is spelled out in answer choice C, okay? Mere drug use is not presented as a problem for dignity, as suggested by answer choice D. Only drug use that is motivated by a desire for a life dominated by happiness or that eliminates the experience of unhappiness are seen as an issue. But overall, the more appropriate answer is answer choice C, domination by either a sense of happiness or unhappiness. All right? Okay.